Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with another episode of SoundJack's Rambles. And today I'm joined by, Alyssa. Eric, crown over.
Hello.
Rob.
Hi.
And Miguel.
I'm using this podcast to procrastinate.
I feel ya.
Hey!
This is my second
boat,
podcast
man.
ever. This is my second podcast ever. Wow, I'm really moving up in the world, huh?
All right. So, quickly, if you've listened to this podcast before, you know Alyssa. You probably know Eric. I don't think Miguel's been on this podcast before.
Pacific Rim.
Oh, Pacific Rim. Okay.
He was
yes.
on that Pokemon one too, wasn't he?
Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was.
How dare you?
I
forget
was?
him
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, you were. Yes.
Even Miguel forgot Miguel.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah, because you had to leave like halfway through. And then you still came back by the end because I just was stupidly talking so long about all the individual creatures. But anyway, if you've been a long-time listener, you know all of them. But the only one you definitely won't know is Rob, who is Chris's sister, or Gaia's sister. I don't know if she's been on the podcast.
Sister.
Yeah, he does not like that, but it's the truth.
I'm not her sister.
He
I'm
isn't
her
the sister.
brother.
He's the brother.
Oh!
Wow, dude.
I love how he didn't catch it at first either. Like he's still just like, nope, it's true.
Whenever I introduce myself as someone
Oh
who knows
my
her, I say,
God.
God help me, but I do acknowledge that I'm
Right,
her brother. at
right.
least.
Yeah, sorry.
Good lord, man.
Whoops.
This podcast is already off to a great start.
Yeah.
Yes, fantastic and glorious and such.
Anyway.
Do we want to redo that? Do we want to redo that?
No, it's staying. It's staying.
Go with the flow.
So,
Alright.
Chris's brother, sorry. But anyway, actually, this is probably the most amount of people I've had on a single podcast so far. So, cool.
Welcome to my
Crossing off those milestones.
Yeah. And why we are all here is because we're all going.
SoundJack made us.
Well, that.
Some of you. I'm
That,
here.
but what we are talking about
We're here
is.
against our will.
I wouldn't say that, but like I would be mildly annoyed if you just decided to leave halfway through the call. Anyway, we're all here because we're all going to TFCon Chicago 2018. Well, TFCon USA 2018, which is being held in Chicago this year.
Woo! Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Practically my backyard.
Yeah. So the podcast last year, Alyssa and I talked about our pre-show thoughts for last year's TFCon. So we're going to do that again this year, and then there will also hopefully be a post-show. I didn't actually mention it to the rest of these guys or ask if these guys would be okay with it, but
It's gonna be
Michael and I will at least do
yes,
a
at the
show.
very least. Though that won't be the podcast immediately after this one, because the one immediately after this one is landing on would be on Halloween, so it's going to be spoopy. But the podcast that's going to be November the 7th will be a wrap up of TFCon, just thoughts and feelings and how we thought it went. But this is going to be our thoughts and feelings going into it, since actually, besides Alyssa and myself, no one here has been to TFCon before.
True facts.
Yeah, we're all newbies.
Yeah, though Miguel knows substantially more about it than even though I've been there before.
Well, I know enough that both you and Alyssa were asking me stuff about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
both
know
just-
nothing, John.
we both just assumed you'd been before. I knew you'd been.
I have gone to conventions, just not specifically TFCon.
Yeah, same. I've actually been to the same convention center a few times, just never for TFCon.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Anime Central, Anime Midwest. Yay!
But yeah, so we're just going to talk about the convention beforehand and what we think.
Sure.
So, any topic anyone would like to get started on?
Exclusives.
So,
Exclusives? Okay,
Yes.
we can go ahead in the exclusives. Let's just rattle. I'm just gonna rattle off the ones we know at this point. This podcast isn't going to go out till the 24th, so by then we're probably going to know more exclusives. This is being recorded on the 20th, so apologies, we're not talking about everything that's known at this point. I'd assume there's going to be more revealed between now and then. Right?
There's at least a couple.
Yeah.
Apologies if we're not, and no apologies if we are.
Yeah.
There we go. All the bases are covered.
So what we know will be exclusive to the convention is going to be, well, firstly, the customization class figure, which is going to be Bob from the IDW comics from Mastermind Creations.
Excited.
Then we have X-Transbots Crack Up B1, aka G2 Breakdown third party.
Breakdown.
And then the most recent one is R29AM Aero Alpha Asterisk mode. From Mastermind Creations, from their reformatted line. And I know there's a specific origin from it. There's some anime thing.
Super Robot Wars.
Yeah, initially I thought that
it's like Avengers for mecha anime.
Oh.
That's the best way I can put it. It's like epic crossover.
Okay.
Yeah, initially I thought it was supposed to be like the Last Night Drift, because the color scheme is similar, but not the same. But the head was throwing me off, only because they did the Age of Extinction Drift from the other version of the mold. So I was like, oh, maybe this is the Last Night, only because the colors are similar, and that was the only thing I could think of. But yeah, it is definitely that anime robot. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And of note, the Bob you have to go to the customization class for, so that's cost however much it gets into the class. Crack Up B1 is going to be $70, and Aero Alpha Asterisk mode is going to be $100.
I can already hear everyone's wallet crying from here.
That's how this works, Alyssa.
I know. Don't worry.
I was gonna say there's still more to be revealed too. So
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yes.
Tears are coming.
Yes.
Oh boy, they just don't. That's not stop coming.
So I have to say, out of any of the one personally, I'll just start it off because I have the least relevance in the third party market, or least interest in the third party market, probably out of anyone besides Alyssa, who just doesn't collect.
I'm the black sheep here, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, it's true.
Oh, it's all.
The one I'd most be interested in is probably Bob, purely because there's no other Bob figure. Though Crack Up looks very nice with those colors, and just the fact it's just a slavish reference to the first BotCon, which G2 Breakdown was the exclusive for that. So that's just fun. That's just a fun reference. But I probably won't get him just because that's not, third party's not my thing. And then Asterisk looks, Aero Alpha Asterisk mode looks really pretty. But again, definitely far from my thing. So I'll just let everyone else talk, because I think that you're going to hear more from them.
At the moment, I think I'm passing on the customization class, so I can just have a free day Friday. And because I realize that I don't have that much of an attachment to Bob, I know very little about Bob, so I was like, But Crack Up, I know for sure I'm getting Crack Up because, one, it's a purple-based toy, and I love purple, so purple and blue, it's so pretty. And that's basically my rule for Masterpiece, is like, it has to be either a character that I totally, totally adore, or something that I totally, totally think is pretty. That's the only Masterpieces I'll buy. So very few. This fits that in being very, very pretty, and I adore it because of being the first, convention exclusive as G2 Breakdown. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's pressing all the right buttons. I'll get that. Whereas MMC's, I got stuck. MMC's, what's it called?
Aero Alpha Asterisk mode.
Asterisk mode.
AAA.
It looks really good. Like, I won't deny that. It looks really pretty and everything. Only because if money weren't an object, I would totally get it. But I think I may be passing on it at this point. If I see it there at the convention, I'm like, oh, you know what? I really do need it. Then I might get it. But I already have the TFCon Toronto exclusive asterisk mode of their Drift, their Stray, which is the pretty Age of Extinction colors. And it's the same base mold. They altered it heavily between the two characters, but it's the same base mold, and I already want a Deadlock from that mold as well. So we'll see. That one's definitely not a definite.
Mm-hmm.
Double negative. But yeah, that's my thoughts so far. I'm excited to see what else gets revealed, and if I had to pick one other company that I would really, really want to have an exclusive figure, it's definitely. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I would also really love it if is it Fans Hobby that did the Power Master Prime?
I don't know, Miguel?
Yes.
Yeah, their Shattered Glass Power Master Prime. That would be cool, but what I was actually thinking is the Make Toys Cross Dimensions series. If they did anything from that as an exclusive, instantly bought. I don't care what it is. It could be literally anything. I'd buy it.
I almost want them to do a Shattered Glass Prime, only because that was the custom in Toronto. So it'd be hilarious if they. Well, actually, no, that was Perfect Effect. Ignore me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's actually the Perfect Effect upgrade.
No, you're right. All right. So no, still, just do one. Do Shattered Glass Prime from either your Power Master or your smaller Striker Manus mold.
Mm-hmm.
I would want a Fire Guts from the Power Master Prime mold, or a Toxitron, or Ultra Magnus from the Striker Manus mold.
Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot you want from one mold. What else is there?
I mean, that's only 2 versions from the one mold. I said alternating. I said or. I don't want both.
Okay. Well, you listed 3 things. I thought.
I mean,
yeah, that one was for the Power Master mold.
Oh, okay.
You'll be sure to know that I will try to make Eric buy every version of Nemesis Prime that I see.
Because so as you don't have to buy it, or you have already bought it.
I'll probably own most of the ones that I see. I'll just make.
I was gonna say, yeah, he probably has most of them.
For the ones that I don't have, I'll buy them, and then anything that I do have, I'll be like, Eric, buy it.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard not to.
Yeah. I should have thoughts about what exclusives I'd like to see. Well, again, I don't do third party much, but I've been looking at Mech Planet a lot and their Hot Soldier series. Especially because I really like the looks of their Cliff Jumper and Hubcap, and probably would use that for my Generation shelf. So if they did an exclusive, and they also have a Bumblebee version, which doesn't look as good, but I might just get that because that looks more cohesive than the Titans Return one. Maybe Glyph Tap Out? Please?
You know, I'm surprised that... has Iron Factory done a TFCon exclusive before? I know that's not the company you're talking about, but Miguel, are there any you can remember offhand? I can't remember them ever doing a TFCon exclusive, at least offhand. I could be wrong on that, so it'd be interesting to see if they did one. Only because I know they've been getting really, really popular.
Yeah, they have, especially with their... Because all they have is the legend scale guys, right?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Rob, do you have any thoughts about the third-party stuffs? The exclusives?
Not very familiar with third parties, so I know I'm getting the Bob because I'm already signed up for the custom class, and also, I mean, we share a name, so
nice,
it's pretty cool.
True.
I mean, technically.
You share a name more than that.
A root name.
Yeah. You don't share.
I admit that Breakdown looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know about any of the others. But yeah.
Yeah. Alyssa, are you excited for the exclusives?
Alyssa, have you even seen a picture of the exclusives?
No. I don't even know. Okay, I'm pretty sure I don't know any of the characters you guys just mentioned. Like Bob, I haven't read the IDW comics far enough to know who that is.
Actually, you have
What's your
to
favorite color?
go
Okay.
behind to read about Bob first.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
But he will be on
And-
the Lost Light, actually, very minimally, but he'll be there.
Wait, Breakdown has multiple faces? They're crack up?
Oh.
like I'm pretty sure I don't know who Breakdown is. I don't think any of the Transformers media I have watched or
Is this
seen or
breakdown a
interacted with.
combiner limb?
He's a combiner, yeah. He's
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
And the third one, I totally forget what it was. What
Oh yeah,
was
I
it?
mean it's just it's a,
Based off an anime robot.
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
They have it's a
So-
design of an IDW character that's been painted into. I mean, their asterisk mode last year was torn, and that's supposedly shattered glass color. So I guess this is
Asterisk is not always shattered glass though. It's literally just their name for an alternate deco.
oh, okay.
Basically, it's their version of Player 2.
Okay.
Yeah, like that
like
is-
Mario and Green Mario.
yeah, like the way the way you add on Player
Wow,
2
what shade to
on the
Luigi?
colors. I know.
Well, no,
really.
I'm referencing how it used to be in like the original game. Was you had Mario and Green Mario.
Oh, well,
Same,
yeah.
same
yeah, before
sprite,
he-
just different color.
Yeah.
No, I got you. I
For
understand.
2, yeah, 2 gave him his own, or did 2? What
Two
did
did.
you
Two did give it its own. But I believe Super Mario World and Super Mario 3 they have the same sprite. I think the
Ah.
first main. I don't even know. Which was the first main line? Because technically, isn't Super Mario 2 technically Doki Doki Panic? Like it's actually not a Mario game. Like
Yeah,
theoretically? Yeah. So I don't know what the first official Mario game to have Luigi have his own
I'm gonna
sprites,
Google it.
but yeah, I'm pretty. I want to say Super Mario World they had the same sprite, but I could be wrong too. I'm not a Mario lore expert, so you know.
Oh, by the way, Alyssa, if you're interested, the one I said is really pretty. I just sent in the chat.
Okay, yeah.
That's the Breakdown one.
Let me
purple and
see if
blue.
I can look at it. Ooh, I do like those colors.
See, you should get it.
Oh,
that should be our actual
Yes.
goal. Is we need to get Alyssa to buy something at TFCon, like a
Yeah.
Transformer. That's our new goal.
Just one Transformer.
I'll be satisfied.
I mean
Guys.
her favorite animated character is Rekgar. I'd aim for that. I think that we could be successful in that front.
Yeah,
Fine,
maybe.
fine, fine.
Rekgar may be the only Transformer toy I'd be interested in. But, okay, so quick story, tangent thing. I guess as most of you probably already know, I'm not into Transformers the way these guys are. And even if I was, I definitely am not a toy collector. Excuse me. So the only toy I was looking into that I was even remotely interested in last year was a Voltron figurine, because I've been watching Voltron Legendary Defender. But now that I have a Voltron Legendary Defender figure myself, that I'm not really looking into getting another one. And the one that I was looking into was one of the like toys from the original '80s show. And since I've only watched the DreamWorks Netflix show, I wasn't really interested in that one, like in comparison to the one from the Netflix show. So
It's true.
So the only figures I would be really interested in are probably non-Transformers things, and even then, I don't watch a lot of mecha anime, so
It's still gonna happen,
I-
Alyssa.
We will break you
Evangelion.
in a nice way. We mean it as a good thing.
Nah, we're gonna show her Evangelion all the way through.
Welcome
one
to the
sit-
club. Welcome to
One,
our club.
one sitting. Plus,
I mean, I
think-
have always wanted to watch Evangelion, but I'm a busy woman. But I would be totally fine buying something like not toy related if it was interesting. Like I'm way more interested in buying something like a comic or video game or a T-shirt or
No, stop being reasonable. Alyssa.
poster. Like those are the kinds of things that I typically
Normal.
buy at conventions.
Boring.
What?
Yeah,
Excuse you.
stop being reasonable and boring and normal.
Nothing
uh, wait, so me having a bunch of like game and anime posters pasted on my wall is considered normal?
Yep.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly,
Normie.
Wow.
Normie, get out.
That's new me. Like, I was under the impression that doing that was pretty weird, but guess times have changed.
Rob has said a lot of things about you today that you've never heard anyone say to you before.
Whoa, let's put that. I don't.
Hey,
Alyssa,
Alyssa, you're super cool.
Phrase that a little better there, SoundJack. I don't want
Thanks,
to feel like
thanks. You know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate that people still think that I'm cool, even though that was never my intent. But you know.
He's referring to the fact that I thought him and Alyssa were married.
That is true. Yes.
That's what he's referring to.
Also, you called her a small burp because of her profile picture.
Small burp.
Hey, yep. So my icon on most of my social media is a P-Dove.
Yeah.
Fun fact, P-Dove is actually not one of my favorite Pokemon.
Oomph isn't.
Putting that out there.
She's actually just a fraud. There you go.
Oh.
Wow. What that's.
And let's move the conversation from bashing.
Let me try. And now I have to defend my honor, so I'm going to defend it.
Okay.
This is why my icon is a P-Dove, is because it is the only Pokemon that is Dove related, and my username is the Rational Dove, so it makes sense. So it is. I'm not a fraud. I am just clever, or at least I like to think I am.
Clever fraud. Yes.
I'm not a fraud.
I'm kidding.
Anywho,
No.
let's.
So
We don't.
All right. Actually, quick guys. What are we all? Are all of us there going to be there all 3 days, or are some of us only there for a couple days?
I'm going to be there 4 days. I'm getting there Thursday
Oh
night.
wow.
We're getting there Thursday. I think the only one getting there Friday is Miguel.
Rip.
That's right?
Yep.
Well, that's the plan at the very least.
A weep.
Uh,
I would love to be there Thursday. I would love to. I have work, unfortunately.
I just found my tie. I've been sitting
Congrats.
on it, apparently.
So I also was wondering, you guys. So the last time you talked, Michael and I talked, we've mentioned our convention history, just in general. And I don't think we can go into too much detail now, because for at least for the two of us, because if you were interested, you can check out our previous year's podcast and learn a little bit more about our experiences with conventions. But I was just wondering, since the three of you haven't talked about that sort of thing, maybe you could tell us like your experience with conventions. Like, do you guys go to a lot of conventions? Do you guys go to just a couple? Are you more into the toy conventions, or do you go to stuff like Comic-Con or anime conventions or video game conventions? Like, what's your deal there?
That's a good question. Very good question. We should have started out with that one.
It's okay.
Pretty my experience.
I've gone to local cons like Steel City Con multiple times, which are more of Comic-Con style things. They still have toys. I've bought in some, but I have to say the toy conventions definitely hold my interest more. Like especially official ones, in all honesty, because they have the actual toy news, and like I like that a lot because it's both the experience of having I get to see some people that I know and have fun with them, but also there's actual like news and stuff. Whereas this is news and everything because there's the third party panel, but some years it's barren, some years there's tons. It's different. But BotCon was definitely my first big convention. That was awesome, and I feel like that's the closest thing I've experienced to what TFCon will be like. Because the only other big convention I've been at is HasCon, which, while awesome, I freaking loved HasCon. It was very different. There was no dealer room. That'll tell you basically that there is the main difference, is that there was no dealer room, which it's like, oh, there's like only one big difference. That's about the biggest difference you can get, I would say. So
yeah,
dealer room is like what makes it or breaks it for me. That's a lot of why I go, is for the dealer room.
That's really interesting. Did they have a comparable artist alley or anything like that, or just
small?
It was all just promotions and panels.
Promotions, panels. They had actual things where you could go try out the products as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, interesting.
That kind of stuff. And then also lines to buy the exclusive. They had Hasbro Toy Shop was actually there. I think that's like literally the only time they've had a physical presence anywhere in their existence. I'm pretty sure was at the first HasCon.
Well, no, they have the booth at SDCC. That's how they sell.
Oh,
exclusive.
well, do they have like they have a booth, but like this was like an actual room with shelves with toys where you could walk over and pick up a shelf.
But like,
Yeah. I guess I mean like a physical store presence where you literally like walk over and pick something off a shelf and buy it.
So wait. So what I'm getting is that is HasCon, like, instead of it being like a disparate, a diverse amount of vendors, it's just Hasbro selling things.
It's the official
It's not
Hasbro
really about
convention.
selling things. That's not how they make their money. It's basically for press.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm just meaning that like if you were to buy anything at blah, blah, blah.
She's basically asking would there be any vendors from like Mattel there or something.
Well,
no.
Am I right?
Do you know about? Do you know the relationship between Mattel and Hasbro?
That's the joke.
I mean, I know they're competitors.
Okay.
I'm talking more about.
No, I know what you mean, Alyssa. You mean like actual like actual people showing up and selling their stuff. That's
what she means. Okay.
Very tiny room up in the convention center where there were about like 5 to 10 people that were selling things, and it basically looked like BotCon shrunk down to the size of 3 hotel rooms put together.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize for accidentally mansplaining there.
It's all right. It happens.
HasCon kind of seems more like almost like not to the same scale, but sort of what D23 is for Disney. It's their opportunity to have their own trade show where it's like, all right, here's all the stuff we're doing.
I see. Okay.
Here's some things of our history. I think like HasCon is somewhat of a misnomer because they're kind of framing it like a convention. It's more just like an exhibition where they're like, oh, look at the stuff we're doing, and we'll have some exclusives.
Yeah. Plus, there's only been one, and they took a year off to basically analyze everything they did at that one this year. And 2019, it's coming back, so it could be very different. They even said it themselves that this was them taking a year off to like figure out what they're actually going to do, because that was their first time ever doing a convention, because they've always licensed their convention to other people.
Right.
So that was their first time doing it themselves. So really, it's going to take shape this next year probably. But yeah, it's quite different, both in the intent and execution of it.
So what you're saying is I should invest in some press passes.
I think you would rather go to things like TFCon than HasCon.
Okay.
Based on what you said about the dealer room.
That is kind of a make or break for me, yeah.
Yep, there is no such thing in HasCon.
Yeah, and every convention is different. Some conventions are really good for cosplayers. Some conventions are more purchasing. Some conventions are more panels. I think every convention that I've been to, not necessarily every individual convention, but every not like every time, but I feel like New York Comic Con, for example, is a different vibe than say like Garden State Comic Center Expo that happens near where I live every year.
Oh yeah, NYCC is very like official company and like big media heavy, whereas like those other sort of regional shows tend to be more like homegrown.
That's a good way to put it.
I am very curious to see how BotCon and TFCon compare to each other, though. Miguel, have you ever gone to a BotCon?
No, we've had this conversation before. I haven't. I never was able to make it to BotCon. Yeah. No, I've known of its existence for 10 years now. Like the first BotCon, the first time I learned BotCon was a thing was when they were doing the initial teasing of Shattered Glass, and I was just like, "What is this? Like, this is amazing."
I think that's the same point in time I learned about BotCon as well. Because
that's funny. I didn't learn about BotCon till maybe 2014 or 15.
We learned about BotCon, me and Chris. We got this book I got this book from a school book fair about Transformers right around the time the movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we first learned about BotCon. It had stuff about that in it. It also had stuff about the exclusive set, which was the Beast Wars with the Cybertron molds or whatever that was called.
Yep.
They're like freaking Crumple Zone as
the
Optimus.
2006 BotCon.
Yep.
Theft of the Golden Disc. Or
Yeah, it was really cool. I've always wanted that set.
The probably most expensive on the aftermarket, partly because no one bought it at the con, and then everyone was like, "Wait, this is actually really cool."
Yeah. Yeah, and now it's stupidly expensive.
Well, damn. Like, how much are we talking here?
Like, Miguel knows. I know.
Couple grand for the set. 1,000 for Megatron himself.
Oh my god.
Who's not in the set?
I've only ever seen like the Maximals and then Dinobot.
There was companion sets. There were Megatron from the Cybertron Red Alert, the Cybertron Defense mold.
Yes.
Yeah. Waspinator was a G2 Cyberjet. Laserbeak and Buzzsaw were
Energon.
Dive Bomb from Energon.
Yeah.
And I can't seem to recall if there were any other.
Scorponok?
No, Scorponok, Tarantulas, Terrorsaur, they didn't get toys in that initial run. They've, like, over the years, Fun Publications would introduce exclusives. So there's 2 versions of Tarantulas you could justify as your pre-Beast Tarantulas. Terrorsaur is a deluxe from the Combiner Wars Aeriobot mold. And
Scorponok was a Scamper.
From Scamper, who came with Metroplex.
Even though in the video, the video that they released alongside the convention, or was it later after the convention?
No, I think it was like either alongside or before. Yeah, he's based off of the.
Scorponok is off of short round from Cybertron.
Yeah. He's short round in the video, but then he's else. Energon Scorponok in the comic.
Oh yes. And then
consistency.
Yeah.
How much does that Terrorsaur go for nowadays?
$120.
Oh my god.
BotCon's expensive. BotCon's exclusives are expensive on the
do?
If you want to buy one, Eric has one to sell.
Eric, we're gonna talk later.
I'm down for that. But anyways,
Eric.
Yeah, because actually
Miguel,
that would be helpful. Because right now I'm trying to raise money for TFCon, because when I went to BotCon and went around the dealer's room, which was my first experience in basically a Transformers dealer room, because like my local cons were like an assortment of stuff, and it would just be like a whole bunch of stuff, probably a little smaller than what the BotCon was, but only a fraction that was Transformers, whereas BotCon and what I'm assuming TFCon will be like is a massive dealer room with tons of just basically Transformers. I mean, other stuff too, but mainly Transformers, which is just, it's magnificent to see. It's just like
it's glorious.
I'm so hyped.
It's glorious.
So I walked in with like $700 at BotCon and bought a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't have nearly that much money.
Worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, but Miguel, there was the freebie bonus for going to the con. That was Tigatron.
Right.
And
God, I want that toy.
And then the customization class was either Universe Inferno or Universe Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho,
I'm so excited for this thing.
Miguel, what's been your convention experience overall?
So I've been going to conventions for about the past 7 years now. They've ranged from smaller local shows, toy specific, but the first ones that I went to were all New Jersey collectors conventions, NJCCs, and those are run primarily by people who are very, very into Transformers. So the dealer room there has always been very Transformers focused. It's very tiny though, so I'm curious to see what a larger venue like TFCon will look like. More recent years, I've gone to ToyCon NJ, which is a large, medium-sized dealer room, kind of very variety of stuff, but there's always still a lot of Transformers present. And then the two big conventions that I've gone to, one is local. It's Anime Next, which is sort of the
shoutouts.
larger anime convention here in New Jersey. That one, little to no Transformers ever show up at Anime Next. When they do, they're incredibly overpriced, or they're it's usually a Lunar Toy Store, which is an online store, bringing their stuff to the convention. I'm like, I'd rather wait and then buy it off of their site in a week or two when I have more money.
Yeah.
Which is sort of my mantra because I very much am someone who goes for the deals in the deal room, but I'm someone who I try to stay away from stuff that I can readily get online, and I'd rather go for those things that are either really good deals or are those one-off pieces that you're like, I'm never gonna find this online in this condition or just at all. Like at ToyCon NJ was actually the first one I went to, the first one they ever ran. My haul was a complete Cybertron Optimus Prime for I think $35.
No, shut up.
Yeah, no, I paid like retail, if not less.
How much does it go for now? Because I got the Galaxy Force mold back somewhere in storage.
The Cybertron Prime mold, if it's the US one, if it's the US in the original colors, it goes for anywhere from 60 to like 100 sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's the Galaxy Force repaint, that's the red and black, like maybe 40.
Oh.
And then if it's the Japanese version, we're probably paying 100 plus, which that one is screen accurate.
That's cool.
Oh, Miguel, Alyssa.
Yes.
Should we mention the Anime Next story about us?
The first. It was the first. Actually, it was both. How many of them was it?
So, wait. What do you mean?
Like, was it just this one in Somerset, or did you guys also go to the one in Atlantic City?
So we
It was only the Somerset one.
I have only ever gone to when it was still in Somerset, and Michael only went with me when it was in Somerset, and I have yet to go there to Atlantic City, only because Atlantic City is kind of far. For context, both of us live in northern New Jersey, and Atlantic City's south of here. I mean, it's like not too far, I guess.
It's a 2-hour trip.
It's a 2-hour trip, so it's not painful, but I guess for me, if I was going to go, I would probably have to get a hotel room. I guess I could drive 2 hours both ways for 2 days, but that's a lot of driving. But, so I have never been there while it was in Atlantic City, but I will say that the last year it was in Somerset was crowded. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That was a packed convention.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever, Miguel, if you ever went there last year, it was in Somerset, but it was.
That's the one that we.
That's the story. That's the story.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry. Oh my God.
Who wants to tell the story?
I'll tell it.
Oh yes. Why don't you?
Yes.
Definitely.
Who has no idea what we're talking about?
Once upon a time in the end.
Thanks.
Okay.
So I don't know. I feel like I'm probably not gonna. I wouldn't be good at telling it. So I'll let you guys decide.
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
I guess. Just because I'm just kind of like technically I'm like the third party observer to this, but I saw this all play out. So, quick thing. Because Miguel and Alyssa live so close, some of Alyssa's high school friends became Miguel's college friends.
Yep.
So that's crazy, first of all. But the year we went to the Anime Next convention, we ran into some of Alyssa's friends there at the convention at some point, and it turned out that Miguel was also there at the same time looking for those same exact friends.
Yeah.
And we had no clue of each other until we both got onto Steel City Bots. So we might have passed by each other at the convention and didn't know it.
And then furthermore, when we made this discovery, Alyssa mentioned the name of the friend that we share, and I was simultaneously like mind blown and confused because I was like, I recognize that name, but I'm not sure why. And then it clicked, and I was like, wait, what? But yeah, they both encountered one of my college roommates who I couldn't find. So it's not even like, oh, a friend. It was like, no, it's someone I lived with like throughout the year, the 2 years or whatever. It's like he knew and had met before, and then we meet years later. It's crazy.
It's
Yep.
a small world.
It's really funny too because sometimes Miguel and I have like run into each other because we for context, his town and ours are like 10 minutes away at most, so it's like so strange. Okay, anyway.
I'm going to interrupt quickly. I'm off mic. I'm busy dealing with building this Nemesis Prime kit, and I was going insane because I lost a sticker, a very tiny like headlight sticker. I found it. It's on my finger.
I have had that happen. I completely believe you.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
Do not laugh. I've had that happen. It's completely feasible and plausible.
Yeah.
Don't make me laugh. I'll breathe it in.
Okay.
Oh no.
Anyway,
So now that
Rob.
we talked about convention history, I was wondering if we could also.
I don't think Rob did. I don't think Rob did.
Oh no, Rob! I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, you go talk. Sorry.
Is that forgettable? Really? Okay. No, but I've been to a few anime conventions before. The first true anime convention I went to was senior year of high school, 2013. Me and Chris went. Actually, sent you guys a picture in the group chat that Chris had on her phone.
I went as Dr. Insano, and she went as Haruhi because she was 2013 Chris. Of course, she was Haruhi. Seriously, she actually would wear that to school sometimes.
Amazing.
That cosplay. Yeah. But anyway, that was my first real anime convention experience, and let me tell you, buy your tickets in advance. You want to know why? We got there at roughly 9 a.m. That picture was taken outside in line. To get inside, to get in line to buy tickets. That was the line to get in line.
Oh yeah,
we were there for 2 hours. And then was another hour before we even got up to the ticket booth. By God, get your tickets in advance. But
definitely.
that was the first. Like I said, me and my friend Paul, we went to Wizard World, same convention center, a year or two before that, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like a regular a collector's convention thingy. That was my. But after that, we did a couple anime Midwests. And that's really all in terms of anime conventions I've done. Every year there's a Matsuri festival here in town, which is an excuse to cosplay. I don't know if that counts, but
I guess it's tangentially related.
Yeah, it's I enjoy the cosplay aspect of conventions, so does Chris. But I typically like to go for the Lazy Man's cosplay, where I just do the casual outfit. Perfect example. I went as Shinji Ikari to Anime Midwest the first time I went, but it was just the white shirt, the black pants, and the shoes, and then a wig. No hair clips or anything. It was just I looked like a Mormon, basically. That was fun. But I love the convention atmosphere. I'll admit I have autism, so it does get a little overwhelming sometimes, but
oh yeah, definitely because of all the
sensory overload. Yeah,
it's a lot. I know, I've been to NYCC, the convention that I go to a lot, and it just keeps getting bigger every year, and sometimes it gets super overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I completely understand where you're coming from. So now that we've talked about that, and I'm not interrupting people, I was wondering if we could talk about what your guys' thoughts are on panels and guests. If there are any people you're looking forward to meeting, or any panels you wanted to go to see. I know for me, the only panel that I remember when I went to TFCon last year, we went to see the James Roberts panel. But now that I actually read the IDW comics, I think it would be bad news bears for me to go to it this year, because it would be just all the spoilers. And now that I actually have some context, it would be even worse. So I probably wouldn't do that. And if Michael goes to that panel, I'll probably sit out on it. But I think I might be interested in seeing. Sorry, my dog, it might be barking. So if he barks in the background, sorry. Anyway, I think the only panel this time around, or any person I'd be most interested in meeting, is the voice actors of Cheetor and Tarantulas, who are going to be there. But that's only because I've actually been watching Beast Wars, so it's kind of,
and making excellent memes out of it.
Is Stan Bush going to be there?
I don't think so. But you know who was supposed to be there that I was looking forward to and is no longer going to be there according to the schedule?
okay.
Is Aaron Archer.
Yeah, Aaron Archer canceled last minute, I think, and now they got some other guy to replace him. And from what I've heard, apparently he's not a savory dude. So good.
Who? Wait, who do they have to replace Aaron Archer?
Matt Mullane.
Matt Mullane, that dude.
Who
Oh,
is
the
that?
Little Formers guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy who does. Oh yeah.
Let's not get in anything.
No.
But
I know
anyway,
nothing of him. I just know of the Little Formers.
So
We can talk
anyway.
later.
So anyway, so those are the only two panels that I'm looking into, or I'm marginally interested in, but I'm not,
So we're,
Wow,
super
you're not
duper.
interested in the panel that your boyfriend will be on. I see how it is.
Oh yeah, I totally.
Nope,
forgot about
it's
that.
too late. You already said yours.
I
No
forgot.
takes.
Don't
SoundJack's
hold
gonna-
it against me. Don't do
SoundJack is
that
gonna
to
be on a
me. Come
panel?
on.
That's cool.
I completely forgot about the podcast panel.
yes. Yeah, we all are, except Alyssa and Rob, because they're not on Steel City Bots.
I was
No.
on Steel City Bots.
You were
Well,
on-
there's a big difference between being on a show once and being a host.
Yeah.
Now,
So there is
Yep.
that.
and
But
I
I will
represent my
probably
sister.
be there. So it's official that you guys are definitely going to be on the panel, though.
Yes.
I can't.
Cool.
According to Eric.
I wish I could represent.
According
my
to
sister.
the people running it, we are. So I would certainly hope so.
So is it
Unless
gonna
they
be
lie to our
all
faces.
All of Steel City Bots that are going to be there. So just you. Is it just me, you, and Michael? Or is Miguel? Are you going to be on it too?
I
On the
mean,
panel,
I think the at least the intent is for Eric, SoundJack, and myself to be on it. If there needs to be some adjustments, given I don't know how many other people are going to be present at the convention representing other podcasts. I don't
Oh,
necessarily.
gotcha.
So I would
Yeah,
imagine.
I call dibs on an open seat.
Well, that's not quite how it works.
Yeah.
Man,
Otherwise, everyone would call dibs on an open seat.
Well,
Yeah.
But-
I have an excuse. I was on an episode. I was on the last episode. Yeah,
again, still not quite how it works. But anyways,
fair enough.
uh,
I'll allow it.
looking at the events for the schedule, I have to say I'm excited for the podcast panel because is that the first time? Yeah, I think that's the first. That would. I don't know why I had to think about it. That would definitely be the first time I've ever actually been on a panel. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Opening ceremony, but the Transformers the card game, the playing and trading. I'm personally not into the card game yet.
Yeah,
I think it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miguel wants to get me started.
I have extra cards. I'm already ready.
I bought a
Yeah.
pack and I got the one card Miguel needed. Like I bought a single pack and that was the one I got.
Which
Was-
card do you get?
I forget which one. It was like Bumblebee or something, wasn't it?
It's the super rare Bumblebee. There's
Oh,
like
we have super rare? What?
I bought one pack as a joke, and I pulled
What?
Bumblebee.
Yo, I need that.
I will see if I can find it.
Are you
I'm not
sure it's not the regular Bumblebee?
Pretty sure
Is it the one where he's like jumping?
it's
And, like-
the one. It's not the one that's on the starter deck thing. That's
No,
what you're talking
there's a
about.
few of them. Is it the one where he's like looking down and he's jumping?
I think so. Yeah.
That sounds like, yeah, all right.
Sorry.
I am excited for that event to happen only because I know so many people are looking forward to it. So I'm happy that it's happening, even
Well,
if
I
I'm
mean,
not.
there's play
gonna be-
sessions every
Bill, do you want it?
every
Day.
day.
Do you want it?
What happened?
Or do you want it?
I can't just take it from you. That's a $70 card currently.
And?
Oh, okay. We can talk later if you want.
I will
Yeah,
give it
that's
to you in exchange for your seat on the
That's-
panel. I'm kidding.
Again, still not quite how it works.
I'm
but
kidding. We'll work something out later.
He really wants that seat.
I want to be on. That'd be really cool. Plus, I can rub it in Chris's face. That will be worth it.
Is there anything else that's happening? Oh, there's a 5 Faces of Darkness screening.
Oh, I saw that. I'm hyped for that. That's
Right.
basically Transformers the movie 2.
Wait, I have a question. Is there going to be Transformers like themed drinks at the after party?
Probably.
But you're not
That
old
makes me
enough.
so mad.
Same. Can't drink. Meds.
Don't worry, Miguel, Alyssa, and I can go for you, Eric.
I don't
And by
think
that,
that'll quite be the
and by
same.
that we mean we can go buy drinks, drink them ourselves, and just tell you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many other takes?
Yeah, that is exactly what I meant. I understand how my phrasing could suggest otherwise.
I didn't catch the phrasing. I'll have to catch that when I listen to this later.
I think another way that it could have been interpreted is
I
I
know
buy
what
the drinks for Eric.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. But
Oh, because he's not 21.
yeah, no.
Correct.
Oh yeah. You're
Yes,
you're
we are not doing anything illegal. We promise.
Eric is a baby.
That never even gets carded when asked if I want alcohol. Again, I've never actually drank, but I've gone to places where they have offered me plenty of alcohol. So I look
And
much
that-
older than I am.
yeah. And I'm
Is it 'cause of
certain
that
I would
beard
get
my
carded.
sister's making you grow?
It's totally the beard.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. It is 100% the beard. If I shaved the beard, I'm sure that I would never ever be able to get close to trying. But yeah, but I'm not even interested, so that's okay. I mean, I'm interested in the Transformers, but not enough to actually, go for it. That would be the only time where I would actually want to do it. But
Eric's gonna get in trouble because they're gonna have an Ultra Magnus drink.
oh, shit.
Well, then you
No, they're gonna have a bisque drink.
Oh God.
Okay, I would.
this.
Drinking
That'd be like
lobster
orange
bisque?
juice.
Ew.
If that ever actually happened, not gonna lie, I would go to whatever means necessary to obtain it.
Screwdriver though, 'cause it'd be just orange juice and vodka, right? That's just screwdriver.
Why are you imagining what the bisque drink's gonna be?
It's orange. The only drink I
Would be,
only
not
orange
is going
drink I can think
go
of
to.
is orange
Well,
juice
Or
or mango juice, I guess.
I think a Bay Breeze would be too pink.
Mm. Maybe
I was just thinking about like taking a
Accurate.
bowl of lobster bisque and just drinking it.
No.
God.
That would be really gross.
They tell you it's not that, but surprise, it actually is.
What's the fan media panel? What is that?
The fan media panel traditionally has been it's usually Vangelis and some of the other toy reviewers. They just talk about producing fan media, and I would imagine other like animators, if anyone's present who does fan animations, they'll be around talking about that.
Probably Matt
Animations, would you
probably
say?
in it too.
Well,
Mm.
we can avoid that. Anywho,
The heck is B?
Beast Wars Q&A. I'm excited to see people walking around in the costumes, like
Yes.
for the costume contest.
I will say, when I went to TFCon last year, there were some really impressive cosplays. And I always feel like Transformers, just in general, kind of lends itself to really impressive rigs, especially if someone tries to go for like robot. Is like because you could do. There's two ways to do it. You could do like the robot or like a human version of the character.
yeah.
Yeah.
speaking of
so I
that,
feel like a lot of the robot ones always look really neat.
Do you think I
Even-
should? You think I should enter with my cosplay I'm working on?
I mean, if you want
to.
go
yeah,
ahead.
you can.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'll
And
be
not-
wrong.
And sort of jumping off of that, even the sort of humanized versions of a Transformers character like Rob's doing, those are always really impressive, just as far as like the interpretations people take on how
I
to
love
represent
that.
certain elements of the bot. If they're going for a unique interpretation, thanks to IDW, there have been situations where we see sort of like the humanized version of a character. So
Yeah.
they even going for you can go that route for if you want to be accurate, or you can go like your own interpretation, which is equally as valid.
Can I talk about what I was going to do? I had an idea for an Optimus Prime one I was going to do.
Sure.
I thought Chris had the idea.
I had the idea. She stole it from me.
Okay.
She passed it off as her own.
Yeah.
She does that. But the idea was, I actually had two. I had an Optimus and a Soundwave. The Optimus was I was going to get some boots, probably just like some black boots or something. Then a pair of blue denim overalls, a red flannel button-up shirt, a pair of blue, what are they called, aviator shades, and then like a blue trucker hat.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been Optimus. And then for Soundwave, it would have just been very simple. Red visor, or like sunglasses visor, not like a hat visor. Blue t-shirt, blue shorts, shoes, and then a fanny pack.
A fanny pack is like
Fanny
the best
pack
part
full
that.
of cassette tapes.
Very
I don't
nice.
mean like the G1 ones. I mean like actual
Yeah.
cassettes.
Yeah.
That could just throw at people.
Yeah.
Just
don't though.
Just
That might get you in trouble. But going back to Miguel, what he was saying about actual like canon appearances, there's now a news source for canon appearances of humanized Transformers. Thanks to
Oh yeah.
Gridman.
How many Gridman cosplays do you think we'll see? I am sure we will pass at least a couple.
Yeah.
Depends on how quick these people are.
I mean,
But they aren't. None
I
of
mean,
them,
when I
lot of
went
them
to
don't seem that hard.
NYCC, I saw a couple people cosplaying as Bowsette, so I believe that anything's possible.
yeah. I mean, the cliff jump, like most of them are very simple. The only one that probably would be too hard would be SG Sideswipe, just because you'd have that special printed shirt. Well, actually, Cliff Jumper would probably be the hardest because of the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But Shatterglass Sideswipe would also be hard because of the shirt. It would have to be a special print, and then you have to get a special backpack to complete the look. Shatterglass Soundwave might be easy because you could because someone could just get a scrunchie, a sick mask, and stitch their own blanket. That'd be the one I'd want to most see, honestly. Probably that one.
Mm.
Those are just my thoughts about that. Anyway, I'm not dead again, right?
No, you're here.
Hello there.
Okay, I was just like, no one's responding, so I didn't know.
No, you're okay.
It's actually just because we don't like you.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I like you.
It's because we love you.
No, I have no. This is something that I've like over the course of this recording.
No, you're all lying.
No, let me through. I've been slightly worried about this over the course of the recording as I'm thinking into the latter half of this week. I have a feeling that Eric is probably going to get us in trouble at some point, because of his sense of humor and the way he likes to just joke with people.
You mean he's gonna get you in trouble?
No, I know. I know what he means.
Like he's gonna instigate stuff, and then we're gonna have to deal with it.
You are.
Because he already
I
does
was
it
gonna say
online.
that's the plan. You have to, not me.
No, you'll just be whisked away, like gone or something.
He'll be biscued away.
Waka waka.
Yeah, that.
Oh my goodness.
I am mature.
It is true. My sense of humor doesn't exactly land with everyone right away. They don't understand I'm joking sometimes.
Yeah.
No, just like her.
So just as long as you don't piss anyone off on the panel, the podcast panel that you don't know, I think we'll be okay.
Well, I think I know all of them, but not well all of them.
Actually,
so.
I'm curious, who else is going to be on the panel for the podcast?
I know that Diecast and Melvar from Radio Free Cybertron both will be. Those are my roommates for TFCon. No, is Vangelis
I saw Vangelis is going to be at the convention, so I could only assume
the
he'll
one
be on.
running the panel.
panel.
Yeah, he's running the panel, and then I know it. Was Jeremy Dennis going to be on? He was messaging me about it. I don't remember if he said he was actually going to be on or not.
Okay.
From Transmissions?
Yeah.
Okay. I would imagine Transmissions. Obviously WTF TFW because it used to be just their panel and then it grew. RFC, Transmissions, and then us being sort of the new people.
Yeah. Which will be cool.
Up in the world.
That'll be very cool.
Eric, check your Twitter DMs.
But yeah.
Is the crotch?
What? I think he's still building
No,
Nemesis.
crotch.
He's still building Nemesis.
Oh.
You know,
Keep trying to find the crotch. Yeah.
I was just so confused. It just came out of left field for me. I'm glad you connected to the dots, SoundJack.
It took me a moment, but I got there.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
I am glad no one heard what I just said.
But
he has an ab crunch.
A couple other things I definitely wanted to bring up though about because we were talking about panels.
Yeah, we were.
Is the live? There's live script auditions and readings. So the script, the whatchamacallit, the script reading is always cool.
Really?
And then also the obviously the third party product preview. That's like probably the big thing for most people. So I'm looking forward to actually attending one of those for the first time. I've only been to official ones, so a third party one, I'm kind of curious to see how it's run versus official ones. And then,
Eric,
personally, I am super, super excited for the 1986 movie screening because I've only ever watched that on my phone.
I've only ever watched it on like TVs or whatever. So
You've only watched it on your phone?
I've never.
On your
watched
phone?
it. Like that was like the first exposure to G1 I basically had, and I have not really watched it since.
How did you get it on your phone?
Why do you think it's his phone?
Okay, fair, but how did anyone get it on a phone?
Because the internet
I'm assuming
exists.
Internet plus site equals video.
I guess it doesn't seem very reputable.
Eric, I want you to mention that on.
Public legal.
I want you to mention that on the podcast roundtable. If they go through like, oh, what are you guys excited for? I want you to mention the fact you've only ever seen the '86 movie on a phone.
Yes, do it.
So Alyssa
will not be surprised. They'll just like roll their eyes and be like, "Yeah."
So
the other half are gonna be like, "What?"
So
well, yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, the young ones," and I'm like, "I watched them on VHS." Like you can't say the young one.
I watched it. I watched it on the premiere '86.
Oh yeah, I'll be the youngest one on the panel.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you probably will be.
I wonder if I'll be the youngest person to ever be on that panel.
Zeus.
Zeus Zeus beat you at.
But he wasn't not at this one. That was at Toronto.
True.
There was a kid. I think they offered a seat last year at the convention. Like they always do. Like the charity auction, they'll offer a seat for the podcast roundtable. So I have a feeling whoever was on it last year was a
kid.
So I can buy my way onto the panel, is what you're saying?
It's okay. Technically, yes, actually.
Yeah. Maybe.
Awesome. I know what I'm doing.
So, Eric, I just want to make this clear. Alyssa has experienced G1 media, you have not, basically.
What are you saying? Wait, what do you mean? I've watched
when I went to TFCon, I watched the original Transformers '86 movie.
Yeah, it's the '86.
I mean, he's watched it.
I've watched it all the way through. I just have not watched it on anything other than a phone screen all the way through.
Fair.
I just realized Hibiki and Fubuki have seen more G1 media than you have, technically. By that logic.
Well,
you've seen the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Miguel gets me. I've seen all of G1. It's just I haven't watched it on anything bigger than
the
movie, my phone, for everything else, laptop screen.
I wasn't saying. Did I say more? Did I say
G1
more?
on TV.
I meant has seen something you hadn't, but you did still see the whole thing on the phone, so never mind.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, I've
So
still seen it.
Well, they've seen it on TV. I think,
Although,
so.
I
I've
would
seen it
love
with
to
big-
say that I haven't seen it all the way through just to blow everyone's mind on the panel. And they'd be like, get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it was boring.
You should do, Eric. You should do that and then like backtrack it immediately.
Yeah.
No, because they would
Dude,
believe me is the thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just see the reaction. Like, we'll vouch for you, but like,
Yeah. Anyhow.
that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, I will cause a riot.
Why do we enjoy the toy 2? Why do we enjoy the toy 1?
That's been a panel that Vangelis has done before, so I think that's why it's called 2.
Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, like, what year did he do 1 is what I mean.
Last year
I
maybe.
was going to say, was it last year? The other
I think so. Actually, last year was the first time he was shopping it around.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's
Unrelated
a
to anything.
behind the scenes of Transformers 4?
What?
What?
Oh, that's
What?
the one with Rick
Sunday
Alvarez.
at 2 p.m. Yeah, Rick Alvarez. Behind the scenes of Transformers 4 and other media with Rick Alvarez.
Oh, that's
man,
interesting.
I'm going.
I was
man,
almost
I'm-
in that movie.
Miguel,
awesome.
you know what's immediately after that?
What?
The door prize winner for Takara LG43 Triptychon is announced. That could be your chance.
I mean, okay, if I win it, it's gonna be hilarious.
I know.
You better win it. You better get your black
I
screws.
really want you to win it now.
I'll just be even
Why?
then. No, actually no. That's gonna be the joke of like if anyone asks like what are you excited for on the round table, be like or like disappointed with if like post it. I'll be like I didn't win the LG Triptychon because that thing has black screws. And someone's gonna be like, what are
Oh,
you
that's
talking
the
about?
black screws thing.
Yes.
And someone's gonna be like, what are you talking about? And I'll be like, no, the LG Triptychon has black screws. It's different.
Oh, that's Chris has been using that over here. It's just like whenever I like get something excessive, she's like, oh, so does it have black screws or something? That explains it.
Yep.
Yeah, he actually considered buying it at one point because it had black screws. Briefly.
I'm gonna-
I mean, do you have the Hasbro release?
Yes.
Yes, and the thing I
see where
well,
that comes from.
Well, the thing is, it's like I bought the Hasbro one, and shortly after the Takara one was like a couple months later, it was dropped down to the price of the Hasbro one, and I was like, well, that's annoying because if I had the opportunity, I would have gotten it because then at Ollie's I could have gotten the Hasbro one, and then
But there's no difference. Just
the
Black screws.
Black screws.
Box. Those are the
okay.
difference.
Okay, you know what? Go to just go to a hardware store.
It's not the
Seriously.
same. It's not
Or
gonna...
hot take, get some paint.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even need to do any work. Just take a little tiny paintbrush, dip it in the black paint, just stick it in there, and there you go, black screws.
I don't care. All my whatever amount of tickets I can get are going to go to Miguel just so he can have higher chances of winning Triptychon.
You know what? If I win it, Miguel, I'm giving it to you.
I mean, all right. I really.
I'll
I'm
sell
not.
it to you for.
This isn't a hill I'm gonna die on. Like I'm not at the point right now where I'm like, yeah, I need to get that.
I'll
LG
do it for.
Triptychon.
I'm doing it for the
Black-
meme, Miguel. I'm doing it for the meme.
The black,
Right.
There's like Ryan, the blank guy. You're Miguel, the black screws guy.
Miguel, I'm sorry I turned this into a meme.
It's okay. You can just give me Lifeline for free.
Miguel meme, MM.
Oh!
I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
He said he'll get, or you could give me Lifeline for free because Eric's trying to sell his BotCon, his Transformers Collectors Club Lifeline figure, and I guess Miguel wants it.
Is it expensive?
Yes, as is all TFCC
True.
stuff.
This is true. Oh, Miguel, are you bringing the stuff that you were thinking about selling in case
Yeah.
anybody wants it? Okay. I was just wondering because of your Nemesis Prime.
On the off chance anyone's listening, just real quick, I want to plug something. I have a inbox Studio Series Thundercracker. If anyone's interested, I'm bringing that with me. I will sell it for cheap.
Nice.
You might get a taker
Good
on
to
that.
know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Just hit me up on Twitter. You'll get it at the end of the show.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah.
Wait, they're gonna reveal the 2019 convention?
It's
Like the location,
pro-
probably.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
location, and it might also. Would it be the U.S. one or would it be just the Canadian one?
No, I imagine I mean, the one in Toronto always happens in Toronto. It's the U.S. one. That's what they do every year.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
last
they
year-
alternate locations.
Oh, it's not Chicago every year?
No.
It was
No.
Chicago every
Last year
other
was
It was
DC.
it was in Reston, Virginia last year.
Which is very good because when I was living in Maryland, I could drive there.
I mean,
But
you
now
can,
we got to
in theory,
planes.
you
like
can drive
scrubs.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Fair.
You
But
can drive
it was
anywhere brave
convenient.
enough.
Convenient
Drive to Asia.
driving.
I was
Drive to
able
Asia.
to stay. I was still able to live in my apartment that I was paying rent on.
Drive to Asia eastwards. You can do it.
Just
get a little-
drive
get a little
on
wet.
a boat.
Just get a
Like
little wet,
drive
that's all.
onto a boat and then just keep
I mean-
driving around while you were on the boat nonstop.
I mean, if you're
Yeah,
you're
I think
coward.
you'd run out of gas at some point and have to stop.
Eric-
They'll refill it.
I think I need to bring this model kit with me so you can just understand. Like, this thing's amazing.
No, don't do it, because then I'm gonna want to buy one.
Eric, who are you kidding? You're gonna buy one anyway.
I had the chance to buy one anyway, and I made the responsible decision not to.
Well, don't be responsible this time. Easy peasy,
So-
lemon squeezy.
So,
Oh, that's my
So-
goal.
that's my motto.
so right now our objectives are to get Alyssa to buy one action figure, and to get
Transformers
Eric to
specifically.
buy all of the Nemesis Primes.
Eric's money will be spent on one Dragon Megatron from Perfect Effect, and then 50 Nemesis Primes.
No, actually, it'll just be the Nemesis Prime because we're working out a deal for the Megatron.
Oh my god.
I've been making a lot of deals with a lot of people, actually. I need to make sure that I make a list and keep it
Yeah.
straight so I have everything sorted out and
Yeah.
know what I'm bringing as well.
Yes.
I might buy your soul, just a heads up.
You know what? Have you seen my Twitter name right now?
Oh yeah, that's right.
How much for your soul, Eric?
Yeah.
You know what? I could probably put a price on it.
$5
Price
sounds
on your
good.
soul.
I think $5 sounds reasonable.
$5? I feel like I'm worth a little more than
What-
that.
Fine,
Broke that soul.
$7.50.
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet.
Oh man.
Deep cut.
That's harsh.
I think I need to start shouting out diecast in every episode. I still don't know who this guy is.
That's gonna
You'll
be
meet him.
funny.
Yeah, we're gonna fight. It's gonna be
He's
great.
a nice dude.
Yeah.
He is apparently.
Wait, they're gonna fight?
He's a small
Apparently.
person too.
I think I called.
Oh yeah,
him
you
out
left at that
episode.
point because at the end of the episode,
Something about how old I was. Or
yeah,
Something.
and then it was
Oh
like
yeah, he listened, by the way, and he wants to be on the show again.
diecast.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Sure is a good thing that Chris has already given me her permanent spot. Not even joking. She has told me that once the baby's born, she wants me to take her place.
Once. We'll see. It's a possibility for sure.
Eric's still in charge.
Good lord.
I was gonna say, it is my podcast.
I figured that she was just doing that to be a butt because she is a butt. Hi, Chris. But you know,
Fair.
Anyways.
Yeah.
move on.
Wait, they're doing 1 minute at a time dissection of the Transformers the movie.
How?
What is there to dissect?
All of the special
A
effects.
really long toy commercial.
All of the
It's not-
special. They're not
a
actually
really
talking about the
long
content of the
toy
film
commercial.
itself. They're just looking at the
It's
special
200 minutes?
effects and all of the animation errors.
I mean, yeah, I guess all the animation errors might be it, but I mean, oh man, look, there goes that guy. Or
I still am just majorly bummed that Aaron Archer's not going to be there, though, because, like, an actual product designer being there was going to be really cool.
Oh, we saw him last year. We met him.
I was
We talked to
excited
him.
for that, just for like sort of the inside look on like the marketing and whatnot. Like,
yeah,
Yeah. I've met him and talked to him about it before, but still, you know, it would still be nice to talk to him about it more.
where have you met him before?
mhm.
BotCon.
Oh, he was at BotCon?
Yep, he was there.
I have his autograph.
And he follows me on Twitter.
Oh, nice. That is more impressive than an autograph. Okay.
I think it's only because he knows I want to be a Transformers designer.
Fair.
Oh, you do? Oh, dude, that's wicked.
Yes, he does.
That's freaking wicked, dude.
It's rough.
I don't doubt it. That sounds wicked as hell. Like, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. What do we want to talk about next? Since we went through most of the panels, unless anyone has anything else to add.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the panels. I'm pretty sure there's other guests that we haven't talked about.
Oh yeah, the voice actors basically, and is James Roberts too.
James
And
Roberts.
the artists.
Yeah.
The artists
Oh
from
yeah.
IDW.
There's a lot of guests, Eric.
Yeah.
Now, if only my browser will load.
Oops, I stabbed myself.
Yeah, as I've said before, the guests that I myself would be most interested in talking to would be the voice actors for Beast Wars. Specifically, I think Cheetor's voice actor and Tarantula's voice actor are going to be there.
Yes, those are, just for the greater audience, that's Ian James Corlett and Alec Widows, respectively.
You just want to show them your memes, which is understandable. I respect that.
I don't know if I would ever actually show them.
If you don't show them your memes, I will.
Hold on, her.
I'll literally point to you and just be like, "She made this, just so you know."
I need to see this meme.
So, context. So I'm watching Beast Wars with Michael currently, and Beast Wars is one of those cartoons where the animation allows for some really unfortunate and sometimes miraculous faces. So occasionally I will take pictures of them and make a funny caption and send them out through Snapchat. And I think I made a Twitter post about it on my Twitter. So if you want to see them, they're there.
Time to stalk Twitter.
Also, she's only at episode 12. No spoilers for Beyond.
I'm not that far from it.
So we shouldn't tell her that everyone dies?
Especially that, Eric.
Okay.
Smooth. Oh my
Jeez.
god. Really, Eric?
Oh gosh.
So anyway, it's just really funny. I just have a lot of fun with the pictures. But that wasn't necessarily my intent of trying to go to that panel. My intent was just
we all know your real intent. It's okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's just kind of silly pictures. I don't really know if they'd actually be really interested in it. But I'm glad.
I found
No,
them.
here's what, Alyssa, here's what you do. You print it out on paper and then get them to sign it.
Autograph it. Yes. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, do it.
No, we should all do it. I'll print out copies for every single one of us and we can all get those done. No, it's actually happening now. I'm not even kidding.
I wanted them to sign my childhood Beast Wars toys, but all right.
Shut up, Miguel. We don't care.
Oh
Would it be
my
$25
God.
per thing to sign?
Oh.
But they're charging for signatures. I'm not signing anything.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are they?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
they
they're
are.
signatures.
Eric, will you sign Christabella's bisque?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, they are charging. They charged last year as well. This is only for the voice actors, however. All the artists, you can get signatures for free.
Although you should also buy stuff off their tables because
Yes.
they're
Very.
great.
Yes.
And
I bought
deserve the support.
who's
Why did you tell me to Google it in Spanish when you could have just said Google in English or just say it in Spanish and then I would Google it?
Why are you bringing this up now?
Because I just saw it. Sorry.
You made me lose a sticker.
Damn it, Eric. You made the man lose a sticker. How could you?
is there a
Not on my
Twitter
finger this time.
conversation that's happening that I'm missing?
Me being confused by Miguel's Instagram name.
Oh yeah. I googled it. I know what it means.
I don't know. I Googled it and I'm not seeing anything.
I just googled it and it's you don't have to Google that word in Spanish. I don't remember what the word is, but
I have yet to change.
Oh,
my...
okay. I was trying to translate it.
yeah, no, it's just a term. It's not a translation.
If you're wondering why there's bouncing in the background, it's because my dad is currently bouncing bouncy balls.
Okay.
I'm sorry, basketballs. He's a basketball coach and he's testing out the basketballs. So that's why you hear something that sounds like knocking in the background. I apologize.
It's all good. But beyond the two Beast Wars guys, we also have Stephen Kenner, who did Fortress Maximus, Hardhead, Hunger, Mind Wipe, Scattershot, and Scorponok in the G1 cartoon, and Bud Davis, who did Dirge, Metroplex, and Predaking, who will also be doing autographs. Just
cool.
note, flat rate for everyone. It's $25 for an autograph, $15 for a photo, and $40 for a phone call, video, or voice recording.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Good enough
pricey.
to talk to Chris about some stuff then.
They're pricey.
Hypothetically, would a box or a toy be better for being signed by the voice
Box.
actor? Okay.
I mean, because a toy would be a little harder because there aren't as many plot surfaces.
Yeah,
I'd
figure.
imagine.
Yeah. Though Predaking does have some expansive wings on him. That may work. But
I'm thinking more of this G1 here.
oh yeah, don't
This is so
do it to the
goofy anyway.
G1.
Yeah, this practically mint condition
Yeah.
G1 Predaking. I still can't get over the fact she got this.
Yeah.
I'm stealing this, by the way, just so you know.
Good to
Sorry,
know.
Chris. By the time you hear this, it's mine.
Good to know. Good to know you'll also be dead by the time the convention runs around, so we won't actually see you there.
Oh, I have a bunker.
I don't think it will protect you against her. Even though you live with her and know all of her ins and outs, I still think you are underestimating her.
It has before.
Okay.
I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking.
Okay. Anyway, other people of note that will be there will be Flint Dial, who was writer and story editor for various G1, various Sunbow productions in the 80s, including Transformers. James Roberts.
Like Dilly?
Yeah. Flint Dilly? Is it Dilly? I thought it was Dial. Just
No. Flint Dilly. Yeah, that's why I was like, who? Oh, Flint Dilly.
Yeah, okay. I assumed it was just Dial with 2 L's.
Crocodile alligator.
Well, now I know. And I'll probably still get it wrong, just like with Jeremy Levy.
Hey, you got it right though.
Yay! Anyway, James Roberts,
time
writer
to
for
say
fan favorite
right.
comic book series More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light. I'm just reading that off the thing, though I can't disagree with that statement. Kai Zama, who is an IDW publishing artist. Alex Milne, also very notable for IDW work, especially More Than Meets the Eye and Transformers vs. Rom. Casey Kohler, who worked on IDW's Robots in Disguise, More Than Meets the Eye, Optimus Prime, and Lost Light comics. Sarah Petra Duosher, who is most notable for her work on the Tiller R1 series. Josh Burcham for More Than Meets the Eye and Optimus Prime artwork. Ken Christensen for various video game concept art covers and IDW Transformers comics, as well as doing work for other Hasbro brands. And Josh Perez, who has also worked on Robots in Disguise, More Than Meets the Eye, and Transformers vs. Rom. Who's a colorist. He's a colorist.
Really cool.
And Josh Burcham's a colorist as well.
No
yeah.
Peter Cullen then.
No.
Aw.
No Peter Cullen, but there was David Kay here last year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Anyway.
It's my life. It's my life's goal to hug Peter Cullen at least once in my life.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yay!
Of all of these people, each of you, who was the one person you are most excited to see?
Well, that kills it because I was going to say all of you.
Oh. Okay.
That
No,
is
but
an acceptable alternate answer. But really, out of all of the...
If we're talking the announced guests, I don't know. They're all pretty neat.
Okay.
I really don't have one particular. Maybe one of the illustrators.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the Sarah, I can't pronounce her last name, but
Petra Durocher.
yeah, her.
Yeah.
Because I like her art.
Yeah. She's good. Very good. Eric.
Oh no.
Eric, are you here?
Oh, he says he's here. It's got the EC.
Eric.
Crime controlled by you, Eric.
Oh, anyway, Miguel.
That was more Ringo Bowie. Yeah.
Miguel. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to see a lot of the IDW artists and creatives and stuff. But I think of all of them, specifically Josh Perez, just because, and I could be misremembering, and one of the others may have also contributed to the one art book that I have that I like getting signed. But I was somewhat just not worrying, but I was like, oh, like, is he going to be there? Because he was one of the last artists announced that's going. So when he was announced, I was like, oh, cool. So I'm excited to get that signed and add that to my list of stories with that art book.
I just got back. Which artist are you talking about?
Josh
Perez.
Perez.
Sorry.
Okay, he's a cool dude. Or at least he seems like it. I haven't met him. He just seems like a cool dude.
I've interacted with him online before, and he's been pretty cool.
Nice. Eric, one person who is the person you're most excited to see besides Aaron Archer, who had to cancel.
And me.
I mean, like, in all honesty, it's literally like not even joking. It is like you guys and Radio Free Cybertron and other people from Twitter. Like, I gotta say that. But I know you're talking about specifically like panels and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have to pick one person.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's actually kind of tough. Maybe Robert. Only because it's his last one. I don't know though.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. I got to be honest. The people for the panels are not what's bringing me to the convention. So.
No, that's completely fair and understandable.
Chris just told me.
I mean, I am excited. I am totally excited to listen to the voice actors, though, too. I'm just saying that's like a bonus to me, not like a focus, if that makes sense. Which I totally get why it is some people's focus.
Oh yeah,
it's just not mine. I'm also just incapable of focusing too. So
yeah.
But Chris just told me to say Eric is a butt.
Oh, yeah, of course he is. Alyssa.
I mean, I think I've already said my piece on who I'm excited to see. Like, I don't know if I'm necessarily looking forward to anyone, if only because, Transformers isn't really my big thing. But if there is one guest or person I would be, interested in seeing, it would probably be one of the voice actors I mentioned from Vsauce. So that's about it for me, though.
Yeah.
I feel like Cheetor's would probably be the most interesting for me if I had to pick one, because I know I basically avoided answering your question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good job, Eric. Thank you for answering. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Admittedly, while I do very much love Tarantulas and would love to talk to Alec Willows more, I think I'm more interested in seeing Ian James Corlett purely because I've actually recently seen an interview with Alec Willows, and not so much. And the main things that just push Ian James Corlett more is because I don't know Ian James Corlett's opinion on Beast Wars and whatnot. I'm sure he appreciates this, especially if she's still at the convention. But also, Alec Willows, he has definitely mentioned that voice was murder on his voice, and I don't want him to ruin his voice.
Ooh. I feel like it's also easier to ask more questions about the character of Cheetor and like what work he put into him as well, only because there's a lot more to Cheetor's character.
Yeah.
The Tarantulas. Not saying there isn't stuff you can ask Tarantulas. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like character development and like what he had to do to reflect that stuff like that, I feel like there's a lot more you can ask him versus.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. Yeah. And to clarify, it's not necessarily murder. I'm slightly exaggerating, but I think he got to Tarantulas' voice because he was a smoker and he's quit smoking, so it's harder for him to.
I will say
get
there are
back to that.
Some voices can be hard. Like when I do Grimlock, I can't do that for too long without just. Because you have to understand, it's a very hard voice to maintain. Ow, ow. See, that's about how long I can do it.
Yeah.
And now now I feel like hot air in my throat.
There's got to be a healthier way of doing that. There's got to be.
Yes, you want to get cold drinks, like something cold you can sip either
just
before and after, and
well, even just in terms of the production, there's got to be a healthier way to do that.
Honestly, practice, because it used to be that when I would do some of my deeper voices, they would hurt, but you do them enough, your throat kind of gets used to it, so you're able to do them a little easier. Like, for example,
it's sort of like singing. When you expand your range and you keep practicing, it's almost like that works.
Doing this, it used to be just like doing the Grimlock,
but
anymore, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy because I'm Batman.
Anywho,
little tip for any up and coming voice actors or actresses that might be listening.
Yeah. Anywho, have we talked about the dealer room at all yet?
I don't think so.
No, that's what I wanted to talk about next. Yay!
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's talk about that dealer room.
So, just to summarize, we're forcing Alyssa to buy at least one Transformer.
We need to get her. We need to buy her a bisque and then a Transformer.
You guys are gonna buy me a bit.
We should each pick out one. We'll buy it for her.
I mean, I'm not gonna be against receiving free stuff.
Well, I mean, it is her
Matter of,
birthday that weekend.
Do I want to spend my own actual money on something like this? And the
Yeah,
answer is,
Yeah, like we won't make her pay for it, but like we should each like find something like a deluxe class and then like buy it for her.
I mean, it is her birthday that following Monday.
Oh, perfect then. Wait, the following Monday. Our birthdays are very, very close together then.
It's the 29th.
Yeah,
in
mine's the
case people
3rd.
can't-
Mine's the 3rd.
Oh wow! Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Same to you.
Thank you.
So yeah.
But no, you guys don't actually need to get me anything. Like, please do not feel like you have
Like-
to.
Okay, but Eric and Miguel, we're going to agree that Alyssa, while Alyssa is in the room for the podcast panel, we are going to mention that it is her birthday, and we're going to get everyone to sing happy birthday to her, right?
No.
Sunday night.
Should.
Oh my god.
Well, if you do it for her, you gotta do it for me too, because same week. Hey.
But hers is like the day after.
Oh my
It's
God.
pushing
No,
it
you
enough
don't-
already.
You don't need to do that for me. I'm pretty chill. I don't
They
need
know more-
any
they
big
know who she
things.
is. So, you know.
Oh boy. Yeah, but so I will mention specifically there isn't any specific dealer that I'm looking forward to doing or getting. As I've probably said in the past, the only things I'd be really looking to buy would be A, funny t-shirts, B, interesting posters, or C, especially C, cheap old video games. Video games have really been the big buy for me at conventions for the most part.
Should
But-
find the. Sorry. Continue. Continue. I'll say it in a sec.
Now, unfortunately, TFCon is obviously Transformers only, or very Transformers focused.
Unfortunately.
Well, okay,
Unfortunately,
unfortunately for me, like as far as okay,
No,
rephrase.
I get what you mean. I get what
My
you
boyfriend's dragging me to this thing.
mean. What?
He's not dragging me. I'm fine. I wanted to go. Okay, look, rephrase. My point is that this convention in terms of purchasing items does not match up directly with my interests. Like even though there is
Yet.
crossover appeal, it's very much this is a place you go to buy toys and not necessarily video games. So
Okay. Now the video game we need to get you is totally the Mystery of Optimus Prime for the Nintendo Famicom.
I do
Yeah,
not have an
'cause-
NES.
Wait, you
so I
can.
wouldn't
I was
be able
gonna
to
say
play
you
it.
can buy Transformers video games.
Yeah.
I already have a
That's-
Transformers.
Yeah, there's a
video
Transformers game for
actually.
Atari. No, it's not the Atari. It was a. some
I
other
have
system.
Which
I
one do you have,
have,
Alyssa?
I have the one for the PS2.
Full?
The one. It's just called Transformers. It's for the PS2.
It's the Armada one.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, you could get good ones.
That was a fun game.
Wow, Eric, some shade.
Wow.
It's decent.
Way to crap on my childhood. I'm kidding. I never played
And
that game.
I mean, I could talk about why I have that game, but that'll be for another day.
Yes.
Anyway.
Is it
anyway,
Michael? Is it SoundJack's?
More so.
Like I said, for another day.
It was SoundJack.
So basically, it's Michael.
SoundJack's.
For another day. Anyway, my point is that the last time we went to TFCon, there was pretty much nothing that I was really looking to buy or anything that like directly fed into my interests. However, Miguel, I think, pointed out before we started recording that on Sunday would open it up for other vendors, so like non-Transformers related stuff or pop culture too. So while I still will probably see like more toys, I'm praying to the convention gods that there will be like some things that will be related to my interests because I think that'd be really great. But even so, even if there isn't, I think it'll still be a fun time. So don't misunderstand me and think that I'm trying to say, oh, well, I'm not looking forward to this, because I definitely am. It's just this convention is probably, I mean, like, I'm already spending quite a bit of money on plane tickets and, you know, hotel rooms and stuff like that, which I typically don't have to buy for the conventions that I go to. I typically tend to go to conventions that are driving distance away. Or like for NYCC, I buy a train ticket, but the train ticket's never more than, you know, $20 both ways. So, you know, basically my point is...
we're worth it.
Yeah, exactly. But basically my point is that since I'm already spending money on transportation and accommodations, I'm not going to be upset or upset if I don't buy anything. It'll probably be nice not to worry about how much money I'm spending at a convention. So.
Except your Transformer.
But now,
I mean, like the problem though is like I don't even know what Transformer I would buy if I wanted to get one. I guess Wreck-Gar's the only one. I'm not even sure. Like I guess maybe like a Beast Wars character, maybe, but like those ones are really expensive, and there's no like character in Beast Wars yet that I'm like super duper into. So like maybe Black Arachnia. I like spiders, but I'm not like a toy collector. So even then, even if I saw like it animated or some like a Black Arachnia figure or a Wreck-Gar figure, I'm not gonna immediately be like, man, I need it. I'll probably just be like, oh, cool, and then.
I don't need
Well, we're gonna make you need it.
Exactly.
I
That's
don't
why.
need it.
That's our job to convince you that you need it.
I mean, alternatively, you can just busy yourself with worrying about how much money SoundJack's spending.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Nope. That makes too much sense.
Does it though?
This is going to be the crux of the weekend. Eric fighting me because I'm trying to be logical.
Fist fight.
No fights. Only
Fight.
hugs.
So, I mean,
Kiss.
like I said, if you guys really are adamant about me having a Transformers figure and you would like to purchase one for me, I won't deny you or reject the toy. I'm just saying that it's going to take a lot for me to actually spend my own actual money on anything. So that's all I'll say.
Okay, fine. Anywho.
Is she laughing or crying?
Laughing.
Okay.
No, I'm laughing. I'm having a good time. Don't worry.
Okay.
But yeah, so
I know I'm really.
So
there wasn't any edit there at all.
What were we talking about? Well, let's just go over a small handful of figures we'd like to find. Not too much, but like the top things we want to find at this convention.
Top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I will not go first because I need to think.
Alyssa, what would you be your? What do you most want to find?
Transformers. More
I
Transformers.
would just like. I want to find some good tea. I want to find like you know like a nice like some oh I don't know like maybe a good croissant that'd also be really nice.
You're banished.
Maybe a picture, maybe a unique picture like that I take. That would also be a good thing for me to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's my list. What about you guys?
Transformer.
What about you guys?
I thought of a couple.
Okay.
I definitely want to try and find that Evangelion Optimus thing. I don't know much about that. I've just seen it before. It looks amazing.
It'll
You're
be
ready to spend $1 million.
Really?
not a million,
yeah.
but you'll spend a hefty amount unless you find a KO.
Which is a viable option in that scenario, in all honesty.
Lovely. Well, aside from that, there's a lot of stuff from like Armada that I wanted and never got, like those repaints. Like if I were to find Armada. Like I have the Megatron, but it's like Galvatron was always so cool. Wanted it, never got it. Aside from that, I'd like to at least see the Black Unicron from Energon. Not even necessarily buy it, just so I can prove to myself, yes, this actually did exist.
SoundJack, based off of what you saw last year, was there a hefty amount of like old stuff, like people selling like just stuff from their collections along with like, because BBTS, the Chosen Prime, those shops are going to be there. But was there a hefty amount of like people just selling stuff?
Yes.
Because I feel like because that's where he'll probably find.
There was a substantial amount.
I'm looking.
There were definitely
Unicron trilogy.
There was definitely G1 in box. There was definitely Beast Wars in package. I definitely. There's a wide variety. I want to say there was even a Dia Atlas.
Wow.
Where did I know who that is?
And so yeah, there's the main, like those big the main stores like take spots in the front, and then pretty much everything else is sellers, is like personal sellers or like sellers from like toy stores or people selling out of the collection. There were definitely some people that were just there that had like a lot from their collection that they were selling off. But the
what
layouts,
was the percentage of UT stuff?
I'd imagine high, at least, because that's usually what people sell.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I got a Primus last year, and that was my best find.
Oh, I used to have that.
Yeah.
And then I fell on
I got a Primus in G2 colors this year.
I do too. He's pretty.
Yeah.
Very.
That is pretty.
G2? Oh, you mean the...
Yeah, it's basically G2 Primus. Don't kid yourself.
I get it.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. Very clever.
But yeah. Though, for what I want to find, I'll just go into that. Two biggest things I want to find are Armada Predacon with his minicons, because A, I love the minicons, and B, I can't get this Transmetal Megatron mold without it cracking.
No, you said about the Japanese one.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Japanese one. True. But this is going to be a lot cheaper. And as well as RID 15 Scatter Spike, I will get that figure someday. Because I have a dumb headcanon about it, and I love it, and I need it.
I'm so mad I didn't get one when it came out.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the mold at least, but you know.
Yeah, I never found it, so unfortunate for me. So those are definitely my most important hunts. But I'll also definitely put on the list of the Holy Grail, that being a complete G1 Wheeljack.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, funny that.
That'd be pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I definitely put that higher than Soundwave purely because Wheeljack has a lot more smaller pieces to him, so it's going to be easier to try to account for all of them in person than trying to get one offline.
I feel like you should just get the masterpiece.
I mean, that's also an option.
No, would you get the toy colors one? That's the one that exists, or would you get the animation colors one?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Both. And that could be your entire masterpiece shelf. Like, I know that seems expensive.
Then,
let's buy both of them.
Then he has to go completionist and get the exhaust.
Oh, I mean, I've already thought if I get the Masterpiece Wheeljack, I definitely would have to get Exhaust, too.
Exhaust isn't too expensive, is it?
I mean, it's not expensive for Masterpiece, but as opposed to how much I normally spend on Transformers, that is pricey.
It was like less than a liter class on sale at BotCon before. It was like $40.
Oh, then that might change things.
I mean, I can't guarantee you'll find one now like that, but
we'll see.
I at least have seen that.
We'll see.
Hear me out on this real quick. Just random thought in my head. G1 appearing, not like the toy, but like G1 appearing Wheeljack, but with the Armada color scheme. That'd be pretty cool.
That's Slicer.
I think
that's pretty much Slicer.
I think
I
I'll
have
see
no
that later.
context for
And
anything.
Slicer's
so
blue.
I guess I agree.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of it reversed. Because doesn't he have black on him, or I'm crazy?
Slicer has black, yes, but
It's predominantly blue. Okay, I am misremembering Slicer's colors.
Okay.
It's the sun.
Yeah.
Oh!
And I see Eric just sent me a link for what I presume is that any guarantee that is not KO. Well, actually, you know what? I don't care. I don't care about KOs, to be honest.
What are KOs?
The
Knockoffs.
Oh, gotcha. Because I'm just thinking, like, why are people beating each other up? I don't understand.
No, knockoff. Yeah, quick for Alyssa. Knockoffs are heavily prevalent in the Transformers world, especially in the Masterpiece realm, because Masterpieces are A, expensive, and B, the people who make KO Masterpieces actually make them of good quality.
Gotcha.
That aren't like your cheap dollar store toys that will fall apart in your hands.
I was more laughing at just thinking of things Chris has done before. She may or may not have knocked out people before to get Transformers, so...
It says this is a clone version, so I feel like it might be a KO, but...
Yeah. But, I mean, it's $28 for a Voyager-sized figure. $30 for a Voyager-sized figure. That's still pretty good. Of an original character, nonetheless.
Exactly.
Technically.
But anyways.
You should go for it.
Eric, what do you want to get?
I want to walk out with a deadlock of some sort, whether it be Mastermind Creations or maybe the Deluxe. I really want that Deluxe. I have a customized one that I got commissioned that I really like from the RID Drift mold, specifically using the Origin Drift head from Takara Legends, and I really like that, but I would really like an actual Deadlock toy, so hopefully one of those. I'm going to try to find a Transmetals 2 Megatron. Maybe.
Original
Both of those are
Transmetal?
like maybes. What?
Original Transmetal 2?
Yes.
Very nice.
And then finally, I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be walking out of there with, what is it? Red Dragon? Is it just Dragon or?
It's Red Dragon. Wait, which one? The Perfect Effect one?
Yes.
Mega Dragon.
Perfect Effect Mega Dragon. Yeah.
As much as you don't want to, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Like, I want to wait for it, but I'm going to get it.
Yeah. Nice. Miguel.
This is hard because like I think what I'll probably be on the lookout the most is some leftover Transformers Collectors Club stuff that I didn't pick up and seems to have evaporated. I would love if I could find a ramjet that doesn't have or at least doesn't have wear on his missile launchers to the extent that most of them do. So far, I think the only person who I've ever seen who owns a pristine one with no rubbing on the missile launchers is Ant from TFU.info, because I looked at TFU's photos for whatever reason today, and there's no wear on those photos he has. Or at least I can't see it.
Oof, nice.
Which makes me annoyed, because I'm like, all right, I know someone who has one that looks fine.
Yep.
The other, I'd like to see like whatever just BotCon type of stuff is available. I would love if I could find some of the Shattered Glass stuff, or oh god, I forget the name now. Armada Skywarp, because for whatever reason, no one has Armada Skywarp up online. They have the other exclusives, but I can't find Armada Skywarp. Or if I do find it, it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
More expensive than I.
Oh, that's the one that has the fin on his head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What toy line did Lugnut after animated?
It was
Reveal the Shield.
Yes.
I would also like to find one of those if I could get it.
That
What is that?
But
if you find one, actually, you might be good to get that for not too much if it's loose.
Yeah.
Which I'd be A-okay with.
Which this is one thing I think at some point we may need to reconvene on is what are people's wants and kind of be on the lookout, because
I was also going to suggest that.
Yeah, that will
Yeah,
definitely be a
yes.
thing for after the podcast that we'll
Right. Yeah.
coordinate Rob, did you say your things? I think you did. Did you? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
So
I because one of them was the Black Unicron. I don't even necessarily need to buy it just to prove to myself it actually existed.
mhm. Okay,
They have one in Hasbro's headquarters.
nice.
Wonderful for them.
Anywho, but yeah, is everyone excited for the convention?
Very.
Yes.
Yup,
Yes.
I'm in. I am here for it.
Yeah, I cannot wait. This is going to be great.
I'm excited for food. Chicago's, at least everything that people say about Chicago's a food city, so I'm excited. I want
Ooh,
I
that's
know. I'm
I'm
looking
also
forward to
there,
that as
too.
well.
That's a good point.
It sure is.
My
let me tell ya.
actually, fun fact, my dad's been to Chicago a couple times, so I think he might have some good restaurant recommendations that I can tell you guys about after the podcast.
Nice.
I still say
Alternatively-
we should take a group trip to the Rainforest Cafe, but that's just off the top of people's
No, SoundJack
mouths.
can't go to the Rainforest Cafe.
It's
Oh,
too
we
far
can.
south.
Everyone except SoundJack is
Aw.
going to
I
the
I don't want to go to the Rainforest Cafe myself, so
I don't want to
Wow.
either. I
Also,
just want
that's
to
a
go there
chain.
without SoundJack.
Come
Also,
on.
also that's a
let's just go
shame.
somewhere else without SoundJack with better food.
Jimmy Pier! Woo!
Hey now.
We'll
Go to
take
the world's
Alyssa,
largest
though.
McDonald's in Ames
Hey now.
We'll take Alyssa, but only if she drinks a glass of milk.
I mean,
No, she's going to
I'm
die.
just kidding. I would never do that to you, Alyssa. I'd rather drink the milk myself.
Of course you would. You love
Where?
milk and dairy. But you
I
love
have a
milk and
dairy
dairy
allergy,
more than
by the way.
potatoes.
Did I cut the right piece?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, I dropped it. Damn it.
I think okay. Retroactively, the best part of this podcast is just going to be the trials and tribulations of Miguel trying to work on this figure.
Build it.
Yep.
Yes.
Make this
Oh,
work.
I'm missing a
Yes,
piece.
Alyssa, you should
Hang
clip, you should cut and stitch together just all of those into their own separate video. Just
Oh,
every
okay,
time he's
fine.
mentioned it.
Anyway,
I will mention that I found that sticker that Eric made me lose.
How
awesome.
did I make you
Good.
lose that sticker?
I forget what you said, but you distracted me and I lost the
I
sticker.
didn't even say anything.
It was
Anyway,
when you disappeared.
anyway, as much as I like to keep this going, and I have to get going because I have to eat and get ready for work shortly.
I also have to get going.
Yeah.
So let's quickly
so-
do.
So thank you all for listening to this podcast. If you are going to the convention, let us know, and maybe you'll see me or us or whatever. You'll probably find us because Eric's probably going to make someone mad, or we're all just going to be very loud.
Or
and obnoxious.
you can easily identify me by my purple hat that I literally wear 24/7. So,
How many other people are going to be wearing purple hats?
A lot.
and have stuff covering their wrists. Done. I stand out.
I'm just
Beard,
I'm just
purple
going to be
hat,
the
and I
tallest
have
one in the room.
A lot of wristbands.
I'm just going to be the tallest one in the room, probably. Hopefully.
Of everyone there?
I don't think you will be.
I could be, but unlikely.
Well, anyway, we should go
Anyway,
to social
yes.
medias.
Yes. So,
Sorry.
just let us know if you're going to be there. Comments, Twitter, all that good stuff. But speaking of all of that, where can you find us? Eric, where can people find you?
You can find me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter, at Aramis Prime on Instagram, Nerdy Geek Talk Podcast Network, anywhere you listen to podcasts, and Eric Crowder on YouTube. There you go. All my places.
Miguel.
Logos Miner on Twitter.
Nice.
No,
Alyssa.
about your Instagram.
Alyssa.
My at the Rational Dove for me on Twitter, and I mean I also show up on not Still Say Bots, Nerdy Geek Talk podcast too, but that's irrelevant since Eric just mentioned it. Sorry,
Or is it relevant because I just mentioned it?
maybe.
Or is it both at once, like Schrodinger's cat?
I agree.
Yes.
Rob, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I just changed my @ to the Epic Dewback.
Nice.
That's Dewback, like the animal from Star Wars. You can also find Chris has done. I'm gonna plug this because it's important to me. Me and Chris have been writing a book for about 5 years. Mostly me, but I digress. If you can find that on YouTube. She's she's done a reading of the first 4 chapters, War of the Yokai. So if you just look that up on YouTube, War of the Yokai, it's on her channel.
Very nice.
Just give that a listen.
As for me, you can You can subscribe to me here on YouTube and like and share and comment on the video. But besides that, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. I also have a Patreon account if you would like to help support the channel. The link is in the description below. And thank you all for tuning in. And this is SoundJack, Alyssa, Eric, Miguel, and Rob signing off.